times, like I know like you and I are probably on the same page about the syndication of the same content across all platforms. And you're just like, you just lazily push the share to Twitter, share to this, share to that, where you need to be thinking about like, all right, I need to share this same piece of content, but how do I do it in the most unique way that's native to that platform?
I think not only are you missing the opportunity to leverage the native features, tagging features, and different optimization tweaks that you can make to a singular post, but these platforms mechanically behind the scenes within the algorithm know when a post is shared natively or when it's shared, linked in via API and pushed in. I remember this was a big deal with Facebook back in the day. Like, should we publish Owly links and should we, push from Hootsuite?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the testing that was done back in those days, and this was a while back, 5, 6, 7 years ago, but this got to still be in place now that they know that this content is being pumped in from elsewhere, and it's not in the interest of their user.
Yeah.
It's not being tweaked to best fit the platform. And I think that as a content creator, you have to think about efficiency, but you have to think about that in a smart way and not give up some of these opportunities. I know for myself, I utilize from Instagram to Facebook. I'll push from Instagram to Facebook sometimes. And once in a while, I'll forget to go into Facebook and edit the post and really kind of optimize the native features within the Facebook platform. And then on the times that I do, I see a dramatic difference in engagement and the performance of that content within that platform just from the times versus tweaking it versus not.
Yeah, I mean, it's about presentation at that point. Like when a user is consuming that piece of content, how does it look? Like how does, like people expect a certain thing when they're on a specific platform, and it's obvious when you're just kind of dialing it in by pushing and syndicating. Like I think presentation of content is hugely important on a per platform basis. And I forget if you touched on this, but when we talked about kind of format and whatnot, and each platform has their own like specific features, like utilizing those features within each app to make it look as unique as possible so that it doesn't look like you're phoning it in,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think even more than appearance, it's the mechanics in the algorithm too. Like the tagging features I think are really important. And even the business call to action stuff, like I cringe every time I see a post on Facebook that says, click the link in our bio. It's just like, oh my God, is this even important to you?
Yeah, well, you're just making it harder for like the audience to actually execute on the call to action that you're trying to put out there, right? Like click the link in our bio, and then you're like on Facebook consuming this content, you're like, all right, now like, because I don't have a link to click. Yeah, they're not going to go visit your website to figure out what the hell you're trying to push. That's the definition of laziness in my eyes. Like you got to pay attention to that. Like you said, optimizing, even if you're pushing, like syndicating, that's fine. But you have to go back after. A good marketer knows to go back after the fact and optimize the post to at least like adhere to the call to action that you're trying to push out in the first place. Because yeah, like you said, yeah, no one's going to go try to find that on their own. You need to give that straight up to the audience so that it's easy for them to click on a link and do whatever you wanted them to do in the first place.